ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹಾಕ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಹೊಲಿಸ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಂಗಡಿಯಿಂದ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬಂದು ಶರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಪ್ಯಾಂಟಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ತಗೊಂಡ್ಬರ್ತೀರಾ, ಟಾಪಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಬಾಟಮಿಗೆ ಬೇರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಒಂದೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹೊಲ್ಸಕ್ಕಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಶರ್ಟ್ ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಟಾಪ್ ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಬಾಟಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು. ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಒಂದೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಿಚಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ, ಟೈಲರಿಂಗ್ ವರ್ಕ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಸೈನ್ ತಯಾರಾಗ್ತದೆ. ಆ ರೀತಿ ಶರ್ಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಪ್ಯಾಂಟ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು. ಅದೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಹ್ಯಾಟ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದು, ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು, ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಸ್ಕ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಲ್ಬೋದು, ಗ್ಲೌಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಹೊಲಿಸ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ. ಒಂದೇ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೊಲಿತಾರೆ, ಟೈಲರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಹೊಲಿತಾನೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಸ್ಟಿಚ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಬಟ್ಟೆ ಆಗ್ತದಲ್ವಾ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕ್ಲಾತ್ ಅನ್ನ ವೇರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ನಾವು. ಅದೇ ರೀತಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗಿದೆ, ಲಿವಿಂಗ್ ಆರ್ಗನಿಸಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ DNA ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, DNA ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ, ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ. ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕೋಡ್ ಅಡೆನೈನ್, ಗ್ವಾನೈನ್, ಸೈಟೋಸಿನ್, ಯುರಾಸಿಲ್. These are called genetic code. In the last video, I have explained about the genetic code and also the concept of gene. So the genetic code is present in the DNA in the form of a nucleotide base pair. Nucleotide base pair contains lot of information. But this information, any organism, right from bacteria to human beings, we can see the same genetic code, adenine, guanine, cytosine, uracil. The same genetic code is present in the way it expresses the character, in the way the sequence is present over the DNA, how it sends the message. The DNA sends the message in the form of mRNA, the messenger RNA. The messenger RNA in the cytoplasm attaches itself to the ribosome. Ribosome is called protein factory of the cell. The message present over mRNA is converted into protein or peptide chain, polypeptide chain. So the particular triplet codon senses an amino acid which forms a long chain of amino acid. That is nothing but the peptide chain or polypeptide chain or protein that designs the structure in living organism. That designs the structure. The same nucleotide is present. What type of protein it produces? The organism is designed in that way. So if designed like a bacteria, the organism become a bacteria. It may be a pig, a buffalo, a monkey, donkey, cat, or human beings, or a coconut tree, an areca tree, or a mango tree. How it is sequenced, how it contains the information, how it expresses. But you can see the same amino acid, same genetic code codes for the same amino acid. In the way it stitches, the cloth is same, the stitching work is different, that designs, that makes the cloth as a shirt or maybe pant, the top or maybe bottom. So the stitching work takes much importance. In the same way, the genetic code, how it is sequenced, how it disseminates the information, how this information is converted into protein. So that type of organism is produced. In all living organisms, millions of species, we can see the same genetic code that expresses in different way, different proteins. The stitching work is different. So the proteins are different, the structures are different, the organisms are different. Within the organism we can see variation because of the sequence of nucleotide. The sequence of nucleotide present over DNA. The information it contains, the DNA contains, and how it expresses, that takes much importance. But any change in the reading sequence or the information, any mismatch or any mistake made by the DNA or maybe mRNA, the synthesis of protein, so that we can see the alteration of gene, the alteration of protein, the alteration in the organisms. Such a genetic change, a sudden genetic change that occurs in a large sexually reproducing population, that is called mutation. How mutation occurs? Because the alteration in the sequence of DNA, that alters the structure of protein, the production of peptide chain, the sequence of amino acid that gets changed with the change in the nucleotide base pair present over DNA. So that causes the mutation. What part of the DNA? What part of the DNA does the mistake, carries the mutation, carries the change? It is a single nucleotide base pair or a sequence of nucleotide or the part of the DNA. any change, the addition or deletion of a single nucleotide or a sequence of nucleotide or a small fragment of DNA or one or more gene that brings the sudden genetic change that causes mutation. But the minimum change that takes place in the sequence of DNA is a single nucleotide. Change in single nucleotide that causes mutation. Very good example is point mutation in sickle cell anemia. In sickle cell anemia, we can see the point mutation. That is a very good example for simple and very simple mutation. Point mutation. So if a nucleotide gets changed, a sequence of nucleotide is present. For example, in the statement Ram has cat. Ram has cat. It is a statement. Ram has cat. We can convert the alphabet A, B, C, D into a word conveyed in the form of sentence. It is a triplet coda. It is very similar to triplet coda. The peptide chain that is similar to the sentence. A meaningful sentence. Ram has cat. If a nucleotide is added in the sequence of DNA, in the same way, in this arrangement of the word in this statement, if a letter is added, for example, in this position, the letter B is added, we can read it as, consider it as a triplet coda. We can read it as RAMHAS. B is inserted, a letter B is inserted, BCA, and P, triplet coda. The letter in the form of group of 3, very similar to triplet coda. If one more letter I is added in the position of B, I is added, inserted, then we can read it as Ram, RAMHAS, BIC, a change in the sequence of nucleotide. That is in this statement, in the sequence of letters. So if one more letter is added, G is added, then we can read it as RAMHAS, BIG, CAP. It takes different meaning. This statement takes different meaning. Ram has big cap. So here we can see Ram has cap. But Ram has big cap. If 3 letters are inserted, then there is no change in the sequence of nucleotide or the sequence of letter. The formation of sentence, the statement does not take any other meaning, only change in a small letter, small portion of the letter. So change in a triplet codon that does not alter the whole sequence of peptide chain, just alters one amino acid, only one amino acid. There are multiple of 3 codons change in the sequence of mRNA that changes, that alters in that position only. So that is called the frame shift mutation. Frame shift mutation. The reading frame does not change at all. It adds one more character. So it is called frame shift mutation. The reading frame is shifted. So it is called frame shift mutation. But here it does not have any meaning. It is not a meaningful sentence. It changes the sequence of statement. So that is B and C does not have any meaning. B left out. So it is a mutation. Mutation by insertion of a single nucleotide. So that is called the point mutation. point mutation. You know, in sickle cell anemia, in the beta globulin, only one nucleotide gets inserted in place of GAG. Instead of A, U comes, GUG. Then the amino acid glutamic is altered, or we can see the insertion of valine amino acid in place of glutamic acid. The RBCs become sickle shape. That is also a point mutation. Okay, whatever it may be, the change in genetic sequence which causes the mutation that alters the characteristic feature of organism. But how actually the characters are expressed in living organism? How the character, the expression of character is regulated? ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳಿ, ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ತಕ್ಷಣ ನಮಗೆ ಮೀಸೆ ಬಂದಿರೋದು ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಪ್ಯೂಬರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ಒಂದು ಸೆಕ್ಷುವಲ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚುರಿಟಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಮೀಸೆ ಬರೋದನ್ನು ನೋಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಸಿ ದ ಡೆವಲಪ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಸ್ಟಾಕ್ ವಿತ್ ಎ ಡೆಫಿನಿಟ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ at definite life stages. So based on the requirement, based on the environmental condition, we can see the formation of new enzymes, new hormones, new structure in living organisms. So the activity of gene is under regulation. The activity of gene is under regulation. Gene ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಅವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಯಾವ ಸಂದರ್ಭದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಬಾಡಿ ಫಿಸಿಯೋಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ, ಇಂಟರ್ನಲ್ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟಲ್ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಆ ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಬೇಕು ಯಾವಾಗ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆದರೆ, ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಎ ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ. So the activity of gene is under regulation. So when and how it is regulated? What is the location of regulation of gene? Is it regulated at the region of DNA during transcription? It is regulated at the region of translation. During transcription, it produces mRNA. The double-stranded DNA produces mRNA. So the regulation, the control of gene expression is regulated in the region of transcription itself. When it produces the mRNA, we can see the regulation of gene or the processing of mRNA. If it is a eukaryotic gene, we can see introns, exons, the coding and non-coding sequences. The non-coding sequences must be spliced out, and the coding sequences are rejoined. The heterogeneous nuclear RNA, hnRNA must be, or precursor RNA is converted into mRNA. So during the process of this mRNA, activity of gene is under that is regulated. The gene expression is regulated at the time of production of mRNA, at the time of processing of mRNA, or at the time of expression of gene. That is at the time of translation process. Translation in any region or during transportation from nucleus to cytoplasm. The activity of gene is under regulation. Let me take a very simple example of E. coli bacteria. How it utilizes different food material that is present in its environment. If it identifies the food in its surrounding, then only it produces the enzyme to utilize it. Otherwise, it would not produce any such enzymes because that's just a waste of energy. So we have to discuss in detail the regulation of gene expression in Escherichia coli. So this regulation of gene concept was proposed by the two scientists called Jacob and Monod. To utilize the lactose by E. coli bacteria. So the metabolism of lactose by E. coli bacteria as proposed by the Jacob and Monod. The concept is called lac-operon concept. So I have to study in detail the lac-operon concept. So in the culture of a bacteria, E. coli, Escherichia coli, a colon-inhabited bacteria. The E. coli bacteria, the Escherichia coli bacteria utilizes different types of carbohydrate as a source of food. One such carbohydrate used by this E. coli bacteria is lactose. Lactose is a food. So if lactose is present in its surrounding media of E. coli bacteria. It produces such an enzyme like beta galactosidase, permease enzyme, lactose permease, and transacetylase. To utilize the carbohydrate source present in its surrounding media, if it breaks the food material lactose, a disaccharide lactose, by using beta galactosidase, lactose gets broken down into simple monomeric unit like galactose and glucose molecule. The permease increases permeability to absorb this food material inside the bacteria. The lactose is present in the media, then it produces the enzyme beta galactosidase, permease, and transacetylase. So when these three enzymes are produced, it metabolizes all of its food material. Once the food material gets exhausted, no necessary to produce the enzymes, just as a waste of energy. It stops the production of these enzymes by DNA. The activity of GNA is under regulation, that it gets switch off. When it switch off, only when lactose is absent. Lactose absent in the surrounding media, then the activity of gene or DNA gets switch off, and it switch on only when lactose is present. Only when lactose is present in the media. To utilize the lactose, it produces the enzyme. The production of these three enzymes gets switch on and switch off by the presence of lactose or absence of lactose. So lactose induces the production of these three enzymes. So the lactose is called inducer to produce this enzyme. It switch on the gene or DNA to produce the enzyme. How it switch on and switch off? If there is no food in its surrounding media, so not necessary to produce the enzymes. In the sequence of DNA, we can see different structural genes to produce the enzyme. To produce the transacetylase, a structural gene A is present. Y that produces permease, and Z produces beta galactosidase. To operate the production of these three enzymes, a sequence, we can see a sequence called operator sequence. So operator sequence operates the transcription process by the promoter region. In this promoter region, we can see the operator sequence that regulates the transcription of the structural gene ZYA. That is the cistron that produces the polycistronic mRNA. But if lactose is absent, then a regulator gene I, which is having its own promoter. So this regulator gene I that produces an mRNA. So it ever produces an mRNA. So that is a repression mRNA. This mRNA is called repression mRNA. So repression mRNA codes for a protein. It codes for a protein and it produces a type of protein. This protein is called a repression protein. It produces the repression protein. So this repression protein binds to the operator site of promoter sequence. The repression protein binds to the operator site of promoter sequence. Then there is no switch on mechanism, because to this operator site an enzyme called RNA polymerase comes and attaches. Then only it opens the double-stranded DNA. We can see the transcription and translation. So once the repression protein binds to this operator sequence, then there is no transcription and no translation. There is no translation. The activity of synthesis of protein switch off. Activity of gene, activity of DNA switch off by binding of repressor protein. If the repressor protein gets inactivated, if only if the lactose is present in the media, in the second case, the lactose present, what happens? Just you can see. So this is the case where lactose is absent. If lactose is present in the media, what happened to the structural genes and YA? Is it operates? Is it produces the mRNA? Is the protein gets synthesized and produces the enzyme beta-galactosidase, lactose permease, thiogalactosidase? You can see the structural gene A, Y, Z, YA. This is stored as a structural gene that is operated by a promoter sequence with operator region, and we can see a regulator gene I. It's having its own promoter sequence. The regulator gene I produces a protein that is the repressor protein. By producing the repressor mRNA, the regulator gene produces the repressor protein. But the repressor protein so produced, it produces large number of such repressor protein which can try to bind the operator region. But the lactose so present. So this lactose that inactivates the repressor protein. So lactose is an inducer, and this lactose inactivate the repressor protein. Then, once the repressor protein gets inactivated, the operator region gets free. It is free, and then the RNA polymerase, an enzyme called RNA polymerase, comes and attaches in promoter sequence. Once the RNA polymerase comes and attaches, that initiates the transcription. That unlike the double-stranded DNA, one DNA strand acts as a template DNA. That template DNA produces the mRNA, the messenger RNA which carries the message of ZYA gene, cystone, 3 cystone transcribed together. That is a polycystonic mRNA. It produces polycystonic mRNA. The polycystonic mRNA which contain the information of 3 genes ZYA gets transcribed to this mRNA. In the process of protein synthesis, all these 3 genes gets translated into protein. So it is translated. We can see the process of translation in protein synthesis. So all these produces the enzyme by translation. This produces 3 enzymes. So the first enzyme is beta-galactosidase, that is produced by the gene Z. The Y that produces permease is also called lactose permease. A gene that produces transacetylase. So 3 enzymes are very necessary to metabolize the lactose present in the media of E. coli bacteria. So these 3 enzymes utilizes the food, that is the lactose. The beta-galactosidase breaks down the lactose. It consumes all such lactose converted into galactose and the glucose. The monomer unit is a disaccharide, gets broken down into monomer that is utilized by the bacteria. If all these lactose molecule get exhausted, that is consumed by the bacteria, then again the promoter, this repressor protein gets free. Then the repressor protein binds to the operator site. There is no lactose. Lactose is absent. Then the lactose which inactivates the repressor protein, that process is totally absent. The repressor protein gets free. Once the repressor protein gets free, it binds to the operator region of the promoter sequence. So then there is no place for RNA polymerase comes and attaches. If the RNA polymerase enzyme does not attach us in the promoter sequence or in the operator region, then the double-stranded DNA unwinding process is totally absent. That is blocked. If there is no RNA polymerase, there is no transcription. If there is no transcription, there is no translation, there is no production of enzymes. So the production of enzymes is totally stopped because it is not necessary at all. Because lactose is absent. The production of enzyme is just to utilize the lactose as one of the food material. Unnecessarily, if you do to produce the enzymes, that is just a waste of energy. So the gene gets switched off. If you add the lactose once again, the lactose inactivates the repressor protein. Again, the promoter sequence, the operator region is free. Then the RNA polymerase comes and attaches. So that unwind the double-stranded DNA, ZYA gene transcribed into polycystonic mRNA. By translation, it produces beta-galactosidase, permease, and transacetylase. The activity of gene is switch on. We can see the switch on mechanism when lactose is present, switch off when lactose is absent. We can see a control, a regulation process. Gene expression is under regulation. ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀನ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಯಾವ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು, ಯಾವ ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಪ್ರೋಟೀನ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಜೀನೇ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. DNA ತಾನು ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ಈ ಮೆಕ್ಯಾನಿಸಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಫುಡ್ ಇದೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ಫುಡ್ಡಿಗೆ ಸಂಬಂಧಪಟ್ಟಿರುವಂತ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಅನ್ನು ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಫುಡ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಖಾಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ವೇಸ್ಟ್ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ವೇಸ್ಟ್. ಆ ಎನ್ಸೈಮ್ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಪ್ರೋಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ, ಅಗತ್ಯ ಇಲ್ಲದಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗೆ ನಾವು ಚಳಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ, ಬಹಳ ಚಳಿ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವೆಟರ್ ಹಾಕೊಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಸಿಕ್ಕಾಪಟ್ಟೆ ಸೆಕೆ ಆದಾಗ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಚಳಿ ಆದಾಗ ಫ್ಯಾನ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಸೆಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಬೆವರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇವೆ, ಯಾವಾಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆನ್ ಮತ್ತೆ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆಫ್ ಒಂದು ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಅನ್ನ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ, ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ವಾತಾವರಣ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಎನ್ವೈರನ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಇದೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಆ ರೀತಿ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಇದೆ. ಜೀನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಇದೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಜೀನಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಯಾವಾಗ ಯಾವ ಕ್ಯಾರೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ರೆಸ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು, ದ ಪ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಈಚ್ ಎಂಜೈಮ್, ಈಚ್ ಹಾರ್ಮೋನ್ಸ್, ದಿ ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್. ಸೊ ಆಲ್ ಆರ್ ಅಂಡರ್ ದ ರೆಗ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಜೀನ್. So this concept beautifully explains the regulation of gene concept or the gene regulation. Thanks for your time.